No, it's fine. I'm here. I'm alive. I've not been live forever. I haven't posted a YouTube video in a while either, but I'm here right now. I need to remember how I get the chat up on my third monitor. There we go. I just gotta zoom it a bunch. Cool. I think we're good. I honestly don't know if I'm feeling chatty or not, so we'll see. Right now, I am knitting a pair of black paw print fingerless gloves. They are gonna go with this hat. It's black and gray, and the paw prints on this are also gonna be gray. There's things falling out of this, disregard. But yeah, my custom orders are open again, and so that also means a good excuse to go live and work on custom orders. I honestly haven't been doing a ton of business knitting lately. I picked up the cable knit sweater I started for my husband last year, and I hadn't even finished the start of the back yoke, but I had got the back yoke finished, and I did both shoulders and reconnected to the front. I think. Am I reconnected? Or am I just, no, I'm just working on the front of the yoke. But I opened custom orders, so we are going back to business knitting. Also, you can't even see my hands. This tripod is like not ideal for this. Did that lower it at all? Do I need to raise myself up? Harper is here. She's that black lump, which is different than that black lump, which is just the bed she's laying on. Oh, you can see, is that her little nose? That little tiny white spot, that's her nose. So yeah, I'm just gonna knit and be live for the sake of being live. And you're gonna get whatever level of energy that I have. I did get a tiny bit of a start on the Japan vlog yesterday. I don't have very high hopes because I stopped talking like after a day. And I was just sort of immersed in being in Japan. Like, I got a lot of B-roll and clips and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I'll just do voiceover. But now, as the person in the future that is responsible for that voiceover, I'm like, wouldn't it be easier to edit if I had talked the entire time and narrated the experience? But that's okay. The vlog was not the priority of the trip. So that's okay. I am also working on another video, sort of like a New Year's refresh. Spoilers, you'll notice things are a little bit different over here. That's part of the video. We're doing some reorganizing and stuff. I still need to reorganize my closet and weigh all my yarn for taxes. And I don't want to do that. So we're procrastinating that a little bit, but it's fine. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. I thought I was further along on these gloves than I am. That's okay. I also didn't fill up my water bottle. So this might be a short little live. I'm mostly just reminding myself that I am capable of going live. We'll see if this is something I try to do more of. I feel like I'm always saying that. I always would like to have a consistent live stream schedule, and then I simply don't. I'm just like a little surprise that shows up every once in a while. But another benefit of YouTube is that this will automatically like get uploaded and saved. So there's that at least. I also didn't bother putting on music because I feel like the quality of just like playing music out of my iPad speakers next to my phone while I'm live is like not that great and probably not even worth it. So maybe this is your opportunity to just play separate music on top of me. Harper's been very sleepy today. She was cuddling with me when I woke up. She cuddled with me when I was eating breakfast. She cuddled with me a little bit on the couch. And now she's sleeping some more. Meanwhile, Ziggy, on the other hand, he's been playing a lot. We had some champagne for New Year's, and it had a little cork on it. And we popped the cork, and immediately he started playing with it. And so that's his new favorite toy. I think he likes it because it like rolls around funny, because it'll like roll in a circle because it kind of looks like a mushroom. But yeah, he's been playing a lot lately, which is surprising, but I'm very proud of him for having energy for like a, I don't know, 9-year-old cat. I don't know how old he is, but it's been a while. We got him when he was 2. Well, see, now the problem is when I'm not talking, I also don't have music to listen to. But I also don't know if my iPad is even charged because it is in my backpack, so that's okay. You know, my biggest fear about writing patterns for my gloves and stuff is that I, for the longest time, assumed that the increases I do were a make one right and a make one left. But then it was either a different pattern or maybe even this pattern, the cable knit sweater for my husband. I read their description of make one left and make one right, and I'm like, that's not what I've been doing. And I'm not sure the increases that I do are even real or proper. They work. But also, do I want to be making and selling a pattern with like just some random made up increase that gets the job done? I don't know. Part of me thinks, oh, well, I guess I could try doing a proper make one right and make one left at this point, but also I'm kind of stuck in my ways. And again, like I said, it works. I don't hate it. I think it looks fine. Maybe it's some kind of real technique. I mean, again, it works. So like, it can't be wrong if it works. But it can be harder to explain if it's not standard. So I don't know. Next time somebody asks me for a pattern for my paw gloves, I'll be like, I would write it down, but I don't do it right. And I don't know how I do it, so. I mean, I do know how I do it. I just don't know what it is, what it's called. Would probably have to be a video tutorial, which, I mean, is probably what I should do, especially for my cat beanies, since it's like 90% tips and tricks at this point. Because I'm pretty confident anyone could just like knit a tube, close the top, and make a cat beanie. But I assume people ask me because they like mine specifically. And mine specifically are just tons of tips and tricks that I've developed over the past 8+ years of making cat beanies, so. A video tutorial would probably be good for that, but my YouTube channel isn't monetized, so I'm not gonna give away that information for free. Did I forget to increase? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. No? Okay. That's fine. I can count. Also, when I was redoing this desk over here, I like was trying to pay attention to the cord management, but then I realized when I went to sit down here and record this, I'm like, it's still just a bunch of cords over there. I thought I was so smart just like shoving them behind the nightstand. It doesn't look any better. I need to do something different over there to make the cords look less bad. I have options. I don't know, I could like Velcro them up the leg maybe or something. I don't know. I did get a new lamp though. Look at my lamp. Actually, don't look at that. That's my other screen. But I got a new lamp in that corner. Okay. I did my counting. I increased correctly. Well, I didn't increase correctly, but the number's right. I really should do some more research to figure out if the way I do my increases is like some kind of method or not. Because like there are multiple ways to do increases. Like you've got your make one rights and your make one lefts and your knit front and backs, and that's all that I know. That plus the ones that I do wrong. There's also like a bazillion ways to make a slip knot, even though I think mine is the best. And a bazillion ways to like cast on. Ton of different ways to join colors, tie knots. I haven't made a scrappy beanie for like a few months now, since before I went to Japan and had our conventions and stuff. But I did experiment with a new knot that allows me to like not have any ends when I join two colors together, which I think is particularly handy for the scrappy beanies because it was getting to the point where it's like I'm just making more scraps by making the scrappy beanies, which like is fine because like it turns it into little scraps that I can eventually use to like spin into new yarn and stuff. But still, if I can get away with not having to do that, that'd be ideal. And I don't really mind having knots in the scrappy beanies just because I feel like that's sort of in their nature. Like if I have a knot in any of my like regular solid beanies, like this one, it kind of upsets me because it's like, oh, well, there's like a little knot right there. And otherwise it's so nice and smooth. But I feel like with the scrappy beanies, they're thick, so the knots are easier to hide, and you can just like kind of pull it to the inside. And it's like sort of just in the nature of it being a scrappy beanie. But still, less waste is fun. I don't think I was like perfect at it, and it was hard to do when I had like longer press-on nails on. So we'll see if I do it all the time or not. I also probably have now at this point forgotten how to do it, so I might have to refresh myself on it. You like pinch the 2 pieces of yarn together and then like do some random witchcraft to it, which that's my specialty, so. My stitch marker. Yeah, it fell. I think I will at least sit here and knit until I cast the thumbs off. I think that's probably a good stopping point for me. I need to go do some stretches. I got a new app for like stretching that's been pretty nice. It's got like some different routines. Like I know how to stretch, but like I need like a timer or something to go. Otherwise I'll just like sit on the floor touching my toes randomly for like 5 minutes. But I got one that has like different like neck stretches or like hamstring stretch routine, stuff like that. It's been pretty good so far. I think I like it. But I've been trying to do it every day. Different body parts and whatnot. There have been a few new ones that I've learned. Like some things I know pretty well, like butterfly or like downward dog or upward dog or things like that. But there's been a few like random neck ones that I hadn't heard of that it's just like, oh, that's a part of my neck that I don't think I've ever stretched before. And it's pretty handy. Like there's one where you like look to the side and then you like put your ear to your shoulder and then like look up. And that like stretches something in my neck that like I definitely need to stretch more because it hurts when I do that, but like in a good way, you know, the good stretching way. So it's been teaching me a few new things like that, which has been good. Especially as a knitter, I'll take all of the neck, shoulder, arm stretches that I can get. Obviously I care and want to take care of my entire body, but especially neck and shoulder stuff. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay. And that's all the stitches for the thumb. I need to call this stream short just so I can go fill up my water bottle more than anything. Hydrate. Also, do you see that? Maybe I need to take care of this, actually. I actually don't know if I've untwisted these gloves once since starting them, so. This is my favorite thing to do. Okay, that's better. Which way was I knitting? There we go. I should work on my cable knit sweater while live sometime. I think that would be fun. It's a really pretty pattern. It's the Moby sweater. It's the man one because it's for my husband. But it's the Moby sweater man from Petite Knit. And I've really gotten like into the rhythm of what the actual cabling pattern and stuff is, which I'm really glad that I'm able to pick up like on the pattern recognition stuff well enough, like the repeats and everything, because it'd be a little stressful if I was like really consulting the charts constantly. But I'm kind of at the point now where I know what I'm doing. I'm just like checking every other weird row and stuff. It is nice mixing up more complicated knitting with more mindless knitting, like what I normally do. Especially when I'm knitting probably at least my 400th pair of paw gloves. It's nice to do something that actually uses my brain every once in a while. I have to be in the right headspace for it, of course, but I usually like to just mix it up. But I've been really enjoying knitting the cabled sweater. At least for now, I don't know. I guess, I'm trying to decide if once I connect it and work in the round, if it's going to be better or worse. Because I'm not going to have the purl rows, but then I assume I'm also going to have to, I'm not going to have like the wrong side row to signify to me that there's nothing unique going on in the pattern, if that makes sense. Because right now the purl rows, nothing's really happening with the cables or the fake cables or anything. But once I'm working in the round, then I will have my rows where things happen, and then I'll just have rows where things don't happen. And that might mess with my brain a little bit. But maybe the change of pace will actually be good for my brain. We'll see. I guess I've never actually checked if I work, I have to work in the round because I'm working from the top down. And I did the back yoke and then the shoulders and then the front yoke. And I assume that I'm just going to connect them under the armpits. That's what would make sense. That's how the other sweater, like sort of similar to this that I made, was constructed. So it'll be fine. And I am simply thinking out loud, which that's the point of a live stream, right? If I wasn't live streaming, I would probably just be watching a Minecraft YouTube video. I've gotten back into watching a lot of Minecraft videos and also playing a bit of Minecraft lately. In my Minecraft world, I've been digging a giant hole just from ground level down to bedrock. And I've been putting like interesting blocks on the walls and stuff. And our base is like in a lush cave. And so we've got a water elevator down to the lush cave and like back up to the surface. So I started the hole on the surface and it goes down. And so it's going through the lush cave. And so we did glass. What am I doing? I'm casting off. We did glass looking into the lush cave from my massive hole. I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to dig out a giant hole to the center of the earth. I have also been experimenting a little bit with the copper golems. And we have a little area in a cherry grove. And so I built a big like copper golem sorting zone. Oh no, I missed a stitch. Okay, it's fixed. And it's been pretty fun. They work okay. It took me a while to get it to work, and I had like 8 of them escape while I was trying to build it initially. But then I turned them into statues, and now I use them for decoration. Okay, second thumb cast off. I'm gonna do one more row around, and then I will probably say goodbye. Harper has been happily asleep. Pretty sure Ziggy's downstairs somewhere taking a nap. He acted like he was gonna throw up earlier, but then I don't think he did, so good for him. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it quits for now. Loves. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you're up for a challenge, I dare you to go watch 3 of my YouTube videos. Okay, bye.